Evening. Pillow fort thing is experiencing back and forth. Back and forth meaning what? I know that it's back. I know that some people have been saying that they didn't really change much or anything at all, considering that there's still some security issues, which I didn't know what the security issues were in the first place, but all things considered, you'd think that would be the first thing that they would try to figure out, but as far as I know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about what's going on with Pillow Fort. I really don't. Anyway, hi March is 45. Yeah, there will be Roberts from this. Hi, Crystal. Kitties are doing alright. Misty's falling asleep because she has taken antibiotics. So she's doing okay. She's doing alright. She'll be just fine. It's nice to see you, by the way. I like the Petunia Pig too. That's great. That was Carolyn Director's short, and she did a fantastic job. I also like the voice that they provided for her, because apparently we went through like a few people. I don't either, but I see there was a tweet thread response to the security issue claims that's defending PF, and the guy who made the tweet thread responded to that. Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, Marches. I really don't. Hello, the real tier. Yeah, I'm trying to get a nice Felicia drawing done. I've been oddly been on a Darkstalkers kick, or I've been more or less just reminiscing on stuff I've really liked in the 90s. Excuse me. And Keyed, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for streaming? Oh, well, that's nice of you to say. Thank you. I never really know what kind of pose to put Felicia in. It always feels like I'm either overdoing it or I'm not doing it enough. And this is really always kind of what makes or breaks a good pose. I don't know. I'm not necessarily happy with this pose, to be honest. I'm not necessarily happy with her face either. I don't know what it is that I'm not liking here, but... Also, it's kind of getting warm in here. I wonder if I should turn on the AC. I think I'm just gonna have it on for a little bit. It's gonna get hot again. Not looking forward to it, to be honest. Excuse me. I think I'm going to try another pose. How's everyone doing tonight? Ready for the weekend? Yeah, I would say I am too. You know, it's interesting. Since Misty has gotten her fracture, I've never wanted time to go faster than recently, because I just want her to get better. And it's just like it feels like it's just taking forever. And I would say like we're still probably halfway through. Hello, Tyson Switch. Mildly anxious. Why? Okay. I'm sorry you're mildly anxious. I'm drawing Felicia from Darkstalkers. Why? It's mainly has to do with nostalgia for myself. And I honestly wish that I could draw her half as good as many other artists draw her. Because there's something about her that I've always liked. And I've always tried to capture that essence of what it is that I really like about the character, and I never feel like I can emulate that. There have been so many people who have drawn her so much better. If you don't know who Felicia is in the chat, you're either far too young to understand the brilliance that was Darkstalkers, or you just it's become sadly an obscure Capcom franchise, which is honestly very sad. It used to be one of their main focuses for the longest time. Now it's a Street Fighter. It's because they don't want to translate these characters to CG or 3D. Oh, well, listen, we don't really talk about the TV series. It happened, but Street Fighter also got a TV series, and it was awful. So, listen. It doesn't matter. If it had a TV series, it was most likely not the best thing. And yes, I will, and I will also put Sonic in that. What I always thought was great about, mainly about a lot of Capcom illustrators, is that they basically knew structure and anatomy, but they would always break the hell out of it and always made it look like it worked, even though clearly people who are into anatomy and stuff will say like, oh, there's no muscle like that. No muscle would do that. There's no way a body would do that. The whole point was to just break the conformities of what anatomy held. And that's what I always liked about Capcom illustrations. There's a book right now that I want to get. It's a Cyberbots illustration book that I've only now just found out about, and it is $160 right now. I probably could afford it, all things considered, if I wanted to. That's if. It's a big if. Paying $160 for a book that I only have the notion that could be amazing, and featuring I think one of the most underrated and underappreciated, hardest worked on Capcom franchises, Cyberbots, that didn't even come to the US. No one fucking knows about Cyberbots, but it is one of the games that Capcom, they basically worked their asses off on that game. If you look at the kind of stuff that they were able to do with that. Cyberbots was basically a 2D fighting game, but with robots. And they had such great character designs. I always wanted to see those characters kind of brought back into a Darkstalkers thing. Yeah, it's called Vampire. I mean, it's just called Vampire in Japan. I think I might still have my copy of Techromancer, I'm not sure. It's like, I have games in my collection that I don't necessarily know if I have or not. I know I had it at one point, I don't know if I kept it. Because there's a couple games, I used to have like the largest collection of fighting games for the Dreamcast. Because that system was basically just built for fighting games. And it was mainly the only thing that they had in their library. Mortal Kombat Gold, I believe. It was a great one. I had all of the Street Fighter 3 games. Double Impact, Third Strike. I had Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 for Dreamcast. Rival Schools, I had those. I love the Rival Schools games. I mainly like these games merely for the fact that they had amazing character design. You know, it wasn't necessarily that I was into fighting games. I just really, really like the way they designed characters. And it was a theme that basically they stopped doing after Resident Evil got such a big... It came to be such a big thing. It was like all of a sudden, the thing that made Capcom great in the 90s suddenly disappeared, and they had to make room for shit like Dino Crisis, and it got even worse as the decades went. I'm not into Monster Hunter. I know everyone loves it. I think it's like, to me, Monster Hunter is basically MMORPG training. It's basically endurance, the game. Like how long can you endure this game? I know folks aren't really going to be happy about me saying that, but it's just not a game that I personally enjoy. I've tried Monster Hunter a few times. I just don't feel myself getting into it. It's the kind of game that I just feel like it's so grindy. There's a lot of things involved into it and it just feels, outside of like the monster designs and stuff like that, it just feels really uncreative to me. I mean, to me, I think Capcom has lost their ability to do style for the sake of making their games realistic looking. Like, graphics have basically killed the possibility of Capcom ever trying to do something different. Ashura's Wrath. What else? The recent Resident Evil games. I honestly don't like the recent Street Fighter games for the same reason that it just seems to be their go-to. Like, it just seems like they don't really want to try anything new. Oh, what was that other game that kind of killed Mega Man for a while? I think it was Ice Planet or something? Cold Planet? What the hell was that? What the hell was that franchise? They like invested so much into it, and now it's like they don't give a crap about it anymore. It's like it never happened. No one even remembers it. I can't even remember the name. Ice Planet. Oh, God. God, I'm having trouble with this pose. What's your favorite Capcom games? Well, Mega Man for one. I like Ace Attorney. I like that series. Legends. Gosh, is there anything else that really stands out to me that I've really kind of enjoyed from Capcom? It's the Demon's Crest games. Those were great. What else? I do not like that leg whatsoever. I'm not happy with any of these drawings, I gotta be honest. I couldn't really get through Okami, the game that I call the tutorial game, because it never fucking ends. I gotta be honest, I think when... I know that they really tried to do new things. I didn't really care for Beautiful Joe. I wasn't too into Okami. I don't know. I maybe there's something wrong with me. There was like a certain point where I just kind of felt like I don't know what I want from Capcom. But this certainly isn't it. It was either Mega Man or fighting game. Yeah, I can't really think of many other Capcom games that I really truly enjoyed. Outside of a select like licensed games like DuckTales and Chip and Dale. I mean, those are all great, but it's like those are Capcom games, but it's not like they're not quote unquote Capcom games. They're more Disney games. I don't know, but I just think, like, whenever I say, like, I'm not into Monster Hunter, everyone's like, but it's such a great series. You should like it. And I really feel like there's a social pressure when it comes to a lot of things that people like. It's like, if someone with a large following suddenly says they like something, it suddenly becomes the best thing ever, and everyone should like it. What was it about Beautiful Joe Okami that you felt off? For both of them, it's like, it's weird because it's like I like the ideas of them. Beautiful Joe just seemed monotonous. Like, the only way to progress in that game was to do the same thing over and over again. Like, either speed up or slow down to fight something. And I just wasn't digging that. It was like after a couple stages, I was like, I'm getting so tired of this. And I felt that the most with the boss fights. It was like I was doing the same thing over and over again that was supposed to work, and it really felt like it only worked some of the time. Aw, mister, are you awake? What's going on? Oh, are you okay? You okay, sweetie? Oh. Oh, honey. Now she's meowing at me. And Okami was just like, I can call it the tutorial game because I feel you were always learning something new, and I was really kind of stressed out with the fact that you couldn't really skip through dialogue easily. It kind of felt like they wanted to do something like Zelda, but the worst parts of Zelda, where you're just kind of listening to your guide talk. And it's... I couldn't get past that. And then there was the whole... I don't know. It just felt like every new stage was something new to learn, and you had to go through a tutorial. At least that was my recollection of it. For all I know, I might be Mandela affecting it, because it's been such a long time since I've even considered playing it. But it is a beautiful game. It has a really nice aesthetic. You know, it's not exactly what I like, but it certainly had a nice style. And I do have the art book, art books. There was many art books for that game. And Capcom still apparently has a fixation for it, because they will put it on every fucking console that comes out. Like, every time there's a new console, there's a new version of Okami. So, clearly people like it. I don't know if it was because, like, oh, I don't want to play a GameCube game at the time, or something like that. But I mean, it certainly has become Capcom's answer to Dragon's Lair. Yeah, the controller brush was also kind of annoying. That really did. Also gave me flashbacks to trying to write in Japanese. Yeah, and I appreciate a game, especially if it looks good, but if it doesn't play well, it's like, it's not going to do well. Like, take Balan Wonderworld, for example. I know it's been beaten to death now, but I was looking so forward to that game because of the look and style. The idea of it was great. The execution was not great. I knew it was going to be terrible as soon as I heard Arzest was going to be involved. It's like, really? You're going to give like a really ambitious platforming game, this 3D platforming game, to a company that really has absolutely no idea how to make a 3D platforming game at all. And you're only doing it because what? The guy involved was the guy who owns Arzest is the guy who created Sonic. Like, he drew Sonic. He owns Arzest. And I feel like the only reason why they chose Arzest to do it was because, hey, I'm buddies with this guy who made Sonic. So, hey, you're a big name. If we get your big name involved in this project, Square Enix will be like, oh, we can pour tons of money into this because you guys are big names. And why would anyone doubt that? Because you're amazing. You're legends. Nothing you touch will ever have a problem. And little did they realize that legendary experience make not a great game. If you could make a game, what genre would you go for? I don't know, but I would love to do an adventure style game. Anything that involves like a good story, but involves good exploration gameplay. Whether it's 2D, like it's traditional, or in 3D, like Mega Man Legends. It's like, if you can make good narrative with exploration, I always have had a fun time with that. Why did you just say Mighty Number 9? Oh, hi, Fonzo. Nice to see you. Mighty Number 9, again, like every time, there's been so many people who have asked me, hey, what do you think of Mighty Number 9? What do you think of Mighty Number 9? Because I made that video about the Kickstarter. I was really looking forward to it. There was a lot of promise. The problem is that Inafune was far too ambitious and far too greedy that he decided to make another Kickstarter when Mighty Number 9 wasn't even finished. And he also gave the project, again, to people who don't know how to make a 3D game. They know how to make a platformer, but they don't know how to make... They suddenly decided, like, hey, we should make this with CG models. And I know that whatchamacallit, oh god, the company, the developers that made Zero, and their, what is their name? Shoot. They also made they also developed the Blaster Master Zero. Listen, those are all great games. I don't know so much about Asia Striker Gunvolt. I can't stand that game. I can't stand that series. I don't know why it's so popular. I don't know why they keep making more games for that series. I think it's the most annoying gameplay style I've ever played for a platform. Any game that requires 2 steps in order to defeat an enemy is annoying and unnecessary. That happened to Mighty Number 9. You have to first you had to shoot an enemy, and then you had to dash through them. You know what I mean? And Asia Striker Gunvoult's the same way. You have to first shoot nails at the target, and then you have to press another button to shoot lightning bolts at it. It's like it feels like such an unnecessary gameplay. Like it's too unique for its own good. It's like they figured, well, we need to do something new with this. So instead of just shooting your blaster at enemies, what if we made it a puzzle? and then we get shit like Origami King, which is an entirely different mess. Sometimes innovation gets the worst of everyone. Apparently Limited Run also announced that they're releasing the Castlevania Collection physical version, which honestly, thank God, because I almost bought it from the Switch eShop, but for some reason, I was like, I should probably put this off. I have a feeling they're going to release this. I hope that the Gradius Collection and Konami's Arcade Collection, which are in the Switch eShop, also get physical versions. It's not so much a puzzle, though. It's like it's more so it was a 2-step process to defeat an enemy. It's like, and also the grading system. It's like it graded you on how well you played. So if like you played it right, you would get like an A or something. And by the end of the stage, it would grade you as like, oh, you did all right. So you get a B minus. I hate grading in games. Okay, there's a couple things that I'm not really into when it comes to gameplay. I don't like timed stuff. I don't like having to rush through something, so I'm kind of like that with Mario games. 3D World kind of makes me upset because there's timed stages. I mean, every stage is timed in that game, but it's like if you have to rush to do something, it's not fun to me. It feels like now I'm being rushed to play this. I want to take my time. It's like Majora's Mask. I don't want to play this game in the span of like a certain amount of time to play it correctly. I like to play Ocarina of Time, where it's like I'm not locked down to a deadline, and I don't feel anxious playing it. If I die, I die, and I can come back and do it again. And another thing I didn't really enjoy. What was it? I was talking about time stuff, and then shoot, now I can't remember. Well, anyway, it's like there's some things I will tolerate. It's like if that's the way the game is played, that's fine. But But if I were able to choose what it is I'd like about a game, I would try to avoid stuff like that, I guess. You know what? I thought about playing about an hour of every Switch game that I own, whether I enjoy it or not, and to see where I stand on them. And by that hour, I would give my consensus about would I like to continue playing this or would I stop playing it. You know what I mean? And I thought about doing that as like a daily thing. Like, I will play an hour of a new game every day. I might actually do that at some point. Because I have a huge library of games. A lot of them I haven't played yet. So, is there a game you find to be a comfort zone kind of game? My comfort zone. I really enjoy Mega Man Legends 2 because they improved on the gameplay style mechanics compared to the first one. I wish they would remake the first one with the second one's play style. If they ever make a collection, they have to do that. I really don't care about keeping the integrity of the original game. Change those tank controls, for the love of God. Just fucking change them, please. I beg you. I beg you. Another game that I kind of had that's a comfort zone, and it's around the same kind of gameplay style, is Tail Concerto. I always loved the style of that game. The appeal, the gameplay style, it's very similar to Legends, actually. Even in terms of like theme. So I always thought that was a fun game. That's a comfort game. Man, I know that there's another one. Thousand Year Door I've always had a lot of fun with. And I always just felt that hit right, just right. They're never going to remaster the games, classic games. No, sadly that time has passed. I think the era of wanting to remaster a classic game has kind of gone with the dodo in terms of, like, especially when it comes to NES games. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna want to do it, and no one's going to want to play it. I'm sorry. I've always wanted it. I've always wanted them to make the previous games in the style of Mega Man 8, but they'll never do it. They will never do it. Capcom will never have the money, nor the patience, nor the need to take a risk for such a thing. Give me a second. I will be right back. Okay, guys? Alright, I'm back. Has there been talks of Mega Man 12 yet? No, but I know that there was talks about Mega Man X9. For all we know, Capcom canceled it. And I would not put it past them, to be honest. Ah, man. I don't know. I'm not too into this anymore. I legit wonder if someone in Capcom will decide to bring back Darkstalkers if they ever figure out how to make millions of models per character in CG. Then maybe. I know what you want to do, Mooney. I know what you want to do. Maybe move on to a new one. Yeah, I'm gonna draw something else. Give me a second here. I know what I'm gonna draw next, and I haven't attempted yet. They have what, 2 or 3 girls that they can make bouncy of anything they can. No, Savage, it's not anything about that. I honestly think they don't make Darkstalkers because have you looked at the animations that are required to make a Darkstalkers character? Like, look at their movesets. I will tell you right now, if they ever want to make a CG version of a Darkstalker character, they need to make about 10 or 15 different models just to kind of emulate the designs and the animation morphs of what every character turns into. Lord Raptor alone probably requires 25 different models if they want to emulate all of the designs that he transforms into. Capcom don't want to do that. They want to have one model that they could slap a skin on every couple months for $50, and that's it. They just want a regular fucking human that just does nothing but kicks and punches and nothing else. They don't want their legs or arms to transform. They don't want their bodies to transform. They want to give them the same goddamn expression that they always have. They don't want to give them different, like, they don't want to add characters to them. They don't want to make those characters transform other characters into something, because then they would have to make another model. See, when you look at it, when you look at a Darkstalkers game, and the games that Capcom used to make before they went into 3D, it was so much easier for them to have as much freedom as they can with the characters, because all they had to do was either draw them or make, because, I mean, it was all pixel art, but they still just had to draw it, traditional animation is not confined. When you have to do something in 3D, you're confined to the model that you have to work with. And unless they do some super, incredible, special engine that can switch between models in an instant, they're never going to do that. And I know people will say to me, like, well, look at Dragon Ball's Fighter Z. While they mess with the models as much as possible, there's still one model. And those characters are still bland as hell. They don't really do much outside of what they are. Yeah, Darkstalkers should be hand-drawn. It should be. But they won't. Because, one, it'd be too cartoony. People don't like cartoony stuff. They don't like stylistic stuff. They want things to be as real as possible. They want things to look real. They want the graphics. They don't really care about style or how something is designed. You see how many people went apeshit just over the ending drawings that Bengus made for Street Fighter V? People don't dig that. They start saying, oh, that's lazy. All these assholes, and all these a-holes that worked at Udon. I'm sorry. I know people at Udon, and they're all great artists. They're all wonderful artists. But I will say that they have created a standard that has kind of ruined illustrations when it comes to Street Fighter, because if anything is not conformed to a certain realistic state, they think it's lazy. If it's not designed, if it doesn't have like a huge amount of graphics, quote unquote, if it's not detailed, then they think it's lazy. Keeping in mind that there was one guy who had to draw so many goddamn illustrations, probably in the span of like not even a month. It was probably at the time, like probably a month, I bet you anything, a month before Street Fighter V came out, and they had to make ending illustrations for all the characters. They probably just went to Bengus and said like, hey, could you do all of these for, I don't know, 30 characters? Like 5 illustrations each for the endings? Oh, and you also have a month to do it. And then people had the balls to go and say like, wow, this stuff is really lazy. Look at it, it looks really shitty. No characters look like this. Fuck, man. Yeah, Bengus is a fucking amazing. I love Bengus. And he gets so much shit for the illustrations that he worked on. And he's the guy who started. It's like, fuck Akiman. Fuck Akiman. If you want bad design, if you want bad, like, anatomy, look at his designs. Look at his turnarounds for the characters in Street Fighter 4. They are god-awful. Every character has, like, their shoulders up to their eyeballs. And their arms are down to their ankles. I swear to you. Here, I'm gonna look for these. I'm gonna show you these designs. These pissed me off so much when I looked at them, especially after all of the shit that people gave Bengus. And people like praise Akiman like he's the most amazing Street Fighter illustrator. No, he is not. Here we go. I am now in my I am in full illustration rant mode. Where is it? Here it is. I think this is the Street Fighter. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find these. And I could be wrong. This is probably not Akimon, but oh, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna show you Dalzim's like turnaround drawings. I want you to look at these. I want you to really think about this. Really think about the anatomy of this character. I mean, this is a lot better. I mean, these seem a lot better, but when I look at this, and I wonder, what the hell are you thinking? Yeah, Dalzim seems way too buff for his own good. It almost seems like he's a little bit too beefy. But I just, when I look at that, I always think back to how many people just say, like, oh, Bangus's drawings look so crappy. They're not detailed enough. They look lazy. Bitch. You don't know what it takes. You really don't know what it takes. I want to show you one of Akimon's best drawings he's ever made. And it probably isn't Akimon, but it's like, I remember this was my first Capcom illustration book that I ever owned. And whenever I got to this page, I couldn't help but laugh my ass off. This drawing, just this illustration right here. And the only reason anyone would like this is because they look at this and they say, man, look at all the details. Look at all the amazing details, man. And for all I know, they probably didn't take this seriously. For all I know, they probably didn't take this seriously at all. But, I mean, someone who is outside of this, like, just consider for a minute. Oh, sorry, my director just messaged me. Sorry, my director was just telling me about, he saw the shorts on Looney Tunes cartoons, and he wanted to congratulate me. He's such a nice guy. I love Kenny. Anyway, yeah, again, taking away from the fact that this is probably should be taken seriously. Someone will look at this and go like, oh man, look at all the details, this looks like it took time to do. I'm very certain Akimon did this like in a day, just for the hell of it, because, you know, I mean, they did these for fun. But again, I don't... Man, in comparison... And then I want to show you, like, Bangus... These were like... I find these more impressive. These were like some of his first Street Fighter illustrations. And then he got crazy. He went like nuts. Let me see if I can find him. Yeah. It's like, I have a feeling, and I feel like, look at this, there's so much motion. And I'm very certain, because this guy drew these characters so many goddamn times, he probably got so sick of it, and he was just trying to figure out, what are different ways that I can draw these characters? His collection in the Street Fighter 25th art book alone spans into, God, how many pages? Let me see if I can count these. 62 pages. 62 fucking pages of Bengus. Just look at this stuff. He did all of this. All of these illustrations, like most of them. I shouldn't say all of them. There are other artists who also worked on this. But him doing a shit ton of work, having to draw these characters over and over and over again, too. Trying to figure out ways to make these characters interesting every time you draw them. Had to have been a feat. He also probably just got sick of it, you know? Look at this. I love this stuff. That's what Dhalsim should look like. This is what Dhalsim should look like. I love these illustrations. I love this stuff he's done. So many. And these are like, was like for Street Fighter Alpha 3. Tons and tons and tons of illustrations. 62 pages, man. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so I love this because I'm pretty sure you look at this and you probably would think Bengus had drawn Dan so many goddamn times. He got so tired of it and was trying to figure out what's the weirdest thing that I could do for this guy. I've drawn him so many times, drawn him in so many different ways. I need to break this guy. And then they said, like, no, you gotta redo it. And then he ended up doing this. They saw this illustration and said, like, come on, man, do it again. And he was like, fine. And then he just does this. You know what I mean? This stuff is incredible to me. And I love Bengus for all this. He is an incredible illustrator, and anyone who talks shit about him, I will not tolerate. Akiman, on the other hand, I mean, I don't really honestly care. I mean, Akiman also has his qualities and his strengths. This is an illustration I can't stand. I hate this illustration. But this, again, is something that someone will look at and go like, wow, this is so great. Look at how awesome they are. So detailed. They look so real. These look like real characters. The way their breasts squish against each other. And look how they're almost about to kiss. So detailed. Look at the hair. Ugh. Sorry if I went on a tangent. I just needed to... honestly, when it came down to it, I was like, I had to say something about it, because I love these books. I love Capcom illustrations. They went downhill so bad. And I'm very certain a lot of the artists and everything, they're doing it because they need to get paid. And it's like, they're just tired of drawing these characters over and over again. Because at one point, Capcom was actually doing new stuff. Like, they were making Darkstalkers. They were making Cyberbots. They were... what else? Rival Schools. All stuff that I'm very certain was just like they wanted to be a part of. Like, I think there was, like, interviews that I read with some artists where they were like, I begged the producer to have me on this production because it just felt like something that I wanted to work on, and they said no. Because I was already working on another Street Fighter project. You know. It looks mirrored? Wait, what it looks... Oh, right. Oh, you're talking about that... that, My dear, I think you should rivet. Rivet, rivet. I want this game so bad. There's no way I'm gonna shell out $600 fucking dollars just to play one game for the rest of the year. Oh, yes, you will. Alright. Do you want to give me the money? I have other things I gotta spend my money on right now. My dear, I think you should rivet. Rivet, rivet. You know by the end of this game, they're just going to be like, but you're from another dimension, you can't be in my dimension. And then Ratchet's going to be like the only Lombax again, because the status quo has to be fulfilled. That's just how the ending is going to be. It's really nothing new to the Ratchet and Clank series. Don't jinx it. It is what it is. That's how every game has been. What the hell, 600? 600 what?
Come on, Bubba. Let's play some Bubble Bobble. Yeah!
If that was the case, then they'd make a sequel just to bring her back. No, they'll just make a side game where she just shows up. Like, All for One. And I actually liked All for One. It doesn't oh, $600 $600 dues. Oh, you mean $600? Okay, so again, all right. Let's see here. Okay, PlayStation 5. The one that I want is the one with the CD drive in it. Right now, people are selling it for up to $1,000. I'm trying to find what the what's it called when they make the price or something. Hi, Retro K. Hi. You have a good night as well. Not even PlayStation's suggested retail value. Yeah, the retail price. The retail price, I remember, for the physical version was something over $500 or something like that. Or at least maybe $400. It was really high. Ratchet and Clank, the new game, is $70 fucking dollars. If you add the taxes that are involved, yeah, it's probably going to cost around $600. Either way, no way I'm getting it. I didn't want to try. I don't want to try. I think it's emulate the game. I don't think there's a way to emulate PS5 games yet. But even so, I'm not. I will only emulate games like older games that are hard to find. If it's a newer game, I won't mind trying to shell out the money for, but it's too much. It's too much. Can't have it. Don't want it. Can't have it. Don't want it. I want to play it, but there's no way I'm going to be able to play it. And I just have to face that fact. So, lucky you, the folks who have been able to get one. I'm happy for you. Really. Seriously though, I honestly just don't care. I knew, like, in the beginning I wasn't really going... Because, like, I got suckered into buying a PlayStation 4. And how did I get suckered in? I will tell you. I pre-ordered one, like, way in advance. And after a while, I realized, like probably, like, in 4 months, I thought to myself, like, you know, there really aren't a lot of games that I want to play on this coming out. At least not for now. So, I forgot about it. I thought that I had... I honestly thought that I had canceled my pre-order, and it was through Amazon, for PlayStation 4. Little did I realize that come that December, I believe, when it was released, there was a big box that showed up on my door. I didn't get an email that I was receiving anything. I didn't know that I was getting something that day. It just showed up at my front door, and I was like, oh, hey, what is this? So I opened up the box, and then I realized, why do I have a PlayStation 4 now? I thought I canceled this pre-order. Turns out I didn't. And I was out like, what, $400 at the time it came out? And it's like, I suddenly realized, oh, shoot. I now have a PlayStation 4. I don't have any games for it. I mean, there really aren't any games that I want for it right now. Maybe eventually. I didn't touch that thing for a couple months. But I had it. I didn't want to return it. Because I figured, I might as well have it. I might get it someday. And I waited for months after that year ended for the next game to come out. I think like a Ratchet and Clank game came out like way later. Like way later, I believe. Take care, Savage. AWD becomes a popular VTuber and makes all the monies. Do VTubers even make money? I mean, I'm sure they do. Listen, people are making money left and right. I have yet to be proven otherwise that people are actually making money outside of, like, actually making money. Because given this whole trend with NFTs and whatever the hell that's going on with that, I don't believe for a second that anyone is actually making real money, let alone using that money to actually do something good. Unless I see the receipt or the bank account or the numbers, it's like, it's not happening. I don't believe it's happening at all. Yes, they make bank it popular. Iron Mouse has a built-in condition. VTuber helps for medical bills. America, what a shitty country. I don't know who Iron Mouse is. Well, that's nice. I mean, if they can pay for their medical bills, I guess. I'm still have yet to see that happen for NFTs. Because if people are getting millions of dollars and they're like, what? They're still kind of where they are. It's just ghost money to me, honestly. No proof. No proof of that.
Thank you. I just had a thought.
Anyway, whatever. The NFT bubble is gonna burst at some point. It's like Pogs. It's just like a weird-ass trend that people decided, hey, this is hot, and we should go for that. That Bozeman shit, by the way, for the Oscars, that NFT Bozeman shit, what an asshole. I was commissioned to make this NFT, and we're gonna use it for profit on something. Dude, how dare you? How dare you do something like that? And use a dead man's name for that. For profit. That's bullshit. Ugh. Man, poor Bozeman. It's like he died way too soon. NFT is probably more for money laundering. Yeah, I'm very certain there's like a money laundering scheme happening. I know someone right now who is in a pyramid scheme, and he's apparently getting artists to be like, hey, I know how you could like you can get millions of dollars a year doing the art that you want to do, and I quit my job for this, and I too can show you, my good dude, the secret to which of my success. All you have to do is you have to join my seminar, in which I will tell you my secret. And it's like, that just carried red flags right there. And I'm like, knowing this guy, I mean, I've only known him for probably like very briefly, and it's like everyone, you know, spoke so highly of him and everything. And it's like, he's a great artist, and he works hard, and he does some great stuff, and like, I can see that. It's like, that's great. I'm glad that he does that. Guy quit his job to do this? Are you fucking serious? Who's the guy who told him to trade his soul and get rid of, like, I'm very certain he's losing money over this. Oh my god, I'm over 2,000 followers. What the hell? When did that happen? I just noticed. I don't look at my follower count or anything, but yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for the follow. Oh, thank you, Lane Litwick. Thank you so much for the follow as well. I traded my souls for NFTs. Alf's back in NFT form. Okay, alright. Listen, Brooke, that's gonna happen. I swear to you. I swear to you it's going to happen. It's not gonna be cool. It's not gonna be fun. But I hope to God that's when the bubble bursts.
Wait a sec.
I hope to God that's when the bubble bursts. It's when Alf comes into NFT form. Look, it's Alf in NFT form. It's going to happen. It's so stupid. It's so plausible. It's so plausibly stupid. Like, Alf himself shows up every 2 years in something, whether it's like a game show, or he's a talk show host, or something. He just shows up, and the next time we see him, it's definitely gonna be, for certain, it's definitely gonna be for certain for an NFT of some sort. Some idiot out there is going to waste so much ghost money on it. There was another friend who also tells me, like, no, NFTs are legit! Dude, they make so much money! It's like, yeah, where is that money? No, they made money, man! Bang! Where's the money? Yeah, whatever, man. Okay. If money like that just appeared out of nowhere, do you know how much inflation we would experience? I mean, we're probably experiencing it, for all we know. we're probably experiencing a shit ton of inflation right now due to the idiocy that people are doing right now. Oh yeah, I love All for One's design. I kind of like that they kind of conformed it into the later games. The early Ratchet and Clank design, like the look of it, just ugh. Man, I'm so glad that they decided to make them look a little bit more appealing. Anyway, what else can I talk about? I don't want to talk about NFTs anymore. NFTs suck. And anyone who gets involved in it, I hope they lose money, honestly. It's not something I honestly wish on people. But man, oh man. Don't. Stop trying to do the easy route. It's seriously just people who are like, I'm so tired of working! Ugh! I wish things were easier and like things would just drop. No, but I earned this. I earned it. I earned this money. Ugh. Yuck. So many struggling artists just trying to make $20 commissions. And then some fucker makes a golden face of a dead celebrity and suddenly makes like millions of dollars? Are you fucking serious? Who is that stupid? Who is that idiotic? Oy. Oy vey. Oy vey. Talk about my manga? My manga? What is my manga? Oh, I finally got volume 2 of Please Tell Me Galka-chan. I love that book so much. It's so cute. It is the definition of girls being girls. I don't know. It's just funny. It's like, yeah, it gets into some perverse stuff, but it just seems really oddly innocent. So it's like they have like certain pages where they just start talking about press-on nails and stuff like that, Oh, Nickzilla 2000 and Little Sheep 228, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. It's like the entire point of the comic is to not judge a book by its cover. And it's great because it kind of, there's like, they talk about a character and what they think about them, and then it completely ruins their expectation of what they originally thought. So it's, I don't know. I just thought it was really adorable like that. So, draw Galka-chan next. I've drawn her already. I have drawn her already. I don't really like drawing fan art of the same character twice. especially if I don't have like a good idea of what to do with them afterwards. Like this character, Rivet. It's like I've drawn Rivet. I don't really feel like drawing them doing something else because I want to kind of move on to the next thing, if that makes any sense. And I guess that's really a problem with me. Cause, yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, I can understand not wanting to draw the same character over and over again, but then again, it's like, it also gives me an issue where I can't work with the same character and giving them different posing and stuff like that. A number from Villainous. I don't know who that is. I don't know who this is. I don't even know what Villainous is. What the hell's Villainous? Excuse me. Sorry for yawning. Means. Of course you'd want me to draw a hyena. Draw a little bit from Belfie and Little Bit? What? Are you talking about the Little Bits? Like from the 80s Nick Jr. show? I was trying to draw a hyena from Lion King by memory, and I clearly can't, so fuck that. Yes, that's the title. Belfie and Little Bit. Really? Hi, it's Little Bits. Yeah, it's just, I'm a Thig from Rick and Morty. Little Bits, yeah, Little Bits, Oh man, I'm like the greatest person of all time. Yeah, you love my cartoons because they're so awesome. Yeah. Mori no Yoki na Kabi. Oh god, fuck this title. Mori no Yoki na Kobito Tashi. Pretending I know what I'm saying. Belfie to Lilibet. I didn't know that's what it was originally titled. Shit. I'm just trying desperately to find high quality versions of this show, but it really kind of sounds like it's... Yeah, this isn't Italian. God damn. Cutie Honey. I've been wanting to get the Cutie Honey shows on DVD. Yeah, these are all in Spanish. Oh, God. I hate it. Excuse me. Justin Roiland. That's his name. I almost called him Dan Harmon. Rick and Morty, I think, is Dan Harmon's beast. Justin Roiland's like, he's got his alien thing, which I gotta be honest is all right. The only thing I don't like about it is that Solar Opposites. That's what it's called. It's like, I like it. I think it's funny, but it's funny up to a point. I really, really hate the episodes that focus on the little town people, like the little city people. It's like, just stop showing me your stealth pilot, for God's sake. I came here for something else. Anytime they talk about the little people city, it's like I just tune out. I hate that. I hate that series. Oops. Yeah, everyone's giving me requests or suggestions now. I don't know. I'm getting tired. I think I'm gonna stop for now. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm glad everyone came by and started watching, and I hope they enjoyed my god-awful rambling. I kind of went on some tangents there, because I was very passionate about Bengus. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you so much for joining in. And, I don't know. I kind of did this as spur of the moment. I don't really think this is going to be a regular thing. I'm really missing Vinny. And, I really hope that he returns to streaming. Just personally, because I have to be honest, him not streaming has left a really huge hole in my life, which is kind of sad when you think about it, but that was my comfort zone, and I really hope he gets better. I really hope he gets well. Oh, if I have a Bengus folder, share it with you. I will. I can give you my scans of the art books that I have, which has like an entire collection of his stuff. So, if you want, I can pass it over to you. Anyway, where was I? I kind of lost track. Anyway, thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate your company. I'm glad now I have like a ton of viewers. All of a sudden people came over while I'm about to stop. I can't even think anymore. I'm having brain problems now. Killer Sunflower, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I will try to stream again at some point. I don't know when, but yeah, just keep on the lookout. You never know. So I appreciate everything and everyone who's here to watch me and listen to me rant, and be well. And talk to you later. Bye. Have a good night.